Greetings, humanity. We are here once again with Abject Adventure Game. Why do I say this wrong? I said it wrong last time. I've lost my mind. Abject Adventure Gamery. We are here once again with. I'm Jim, and with me is Lucci. Hello.
Hello.
How are things?
I think things are great. Wedding stuff is ramping up. My board gaming group is well, sure.
It's good.
Yeah, it's fine. I am dangerously putting my toes back into collectible card games.
Oh no.
I swore I would never. After I got out of Magic, I swore I would never go back to them.
Yeah. I remember you were talking about this before. Is this Lorcana or is this a?
Yeah. Well, thing? So it was Lorcana, but now Star Wars has a new game coming out.
Oh no.
That, unlike Lorcana, is actually like a good game. Lorcana is not a bad game. It's just very simplified, easy access.
Right.
So it's not a bad game.
Yeah.
And it's Disney, so it's got, lots of cool cards and like neat things and with it that come with, Disney.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not a great game. And I've been playing this Star Wars Unlimited like online and demos and stuff, and it's actually a good game.
Is that allowed?
I don't know. It's historically not with Star Wars property.
I remember I had the back in the 90s when collectible card games were becoming all the rage. I remember I did start collecting a little bit of everything because I couldn't stop myself.
And they didn't come out as quickly and regularly, so like you could do a couple different games.
That's fair. It's probably it's like
that.
I don't know. Yeah.
That's the other benefit of Star Wars is Lorcana is already, they're like, we are 4 sets a year, where Star Wars is like, we're 3 sets.
Slightly slower treadmill.
Right. But it makes a difference.
Fair. I remember I had a deck of the first one that came out, the first Star Wars trading card game that came out, collectible card game, and I remember almost nothing about it, but I remember I had a deck. And with the it went in the box with all of the others that with the Rage and the Doctor Who collectible card game.
See, I had some of my friends were into 7th Sea. I had the 7th Sea collectible card game. I had, and that was before I was into 7th Sea, I think.
Oh, gateway drug.
Yeah. And then, but the very first one I did was pre-Magic, which was D&D, Spellfire.
Oh yes, I remember that one. I didn't actually have any of those, but I know that it was selling fairly well at the time.
Yeah, and I still have all of those cards, unlike my Magic cards.
Yeah.
And I say what I have found out is like when I sold my Magic cards, like I had a good size, 1,000 cards, whatever, up to 2,000 cards, like about that. As an adult, I realize I have this thing called money.
Oh yes, right.
And if you throw it at things, you get lots of them in return.
Yeah.
That
is a thing that happens.
And it's it's become a more dangerous in that way than anything else. Like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna limit myself to 2 boxes of a thing because otherwise, that's a lot of money. Like
Fair.
this is already more money than I should. Right.
It happens. It happens. Ugh. I almost started doing that with board games a few years ago, but it's like I ended up getting a bunch of them, and then I suddenly remembered that I don't have people to play board games with regularly.
Gotcha.
It's like, this is useless. This is just going to sit in my closet forever.
I do the occasional Kickstarter, like the occasional one. And I had a box, the shop app on my phone, like I was like, there's something coming. I can tell it's from a gaming store because it's from like something miniatures. I don't remember ordering anything. My roommate who orders board games all the time is like, I don't have anything coming. I didn't get any shipping notification. It's nobody else in this house. What the hell is this? I have a dining room table / gaming table, like a convertible, coming in a few months. And they're supposed to send like some of the ancillary things that they already have pre-made out, so they're not paying for storage on them. So I thought, oh, maybe it's that. Shows up. It's 10th anniversary of Firefly board game.
Oh.
Which I ordered in August. Didn't get any shipping notice, so I hadn't thought about it in a couple months. I went, oh, this is mine. Oh, that box is big. That's the biggest game box I own.
Oh wow.
It's like 4 games stacked.
I can definitely sympathize.
Yeah. It's very pretty though.
I can definitely sympathize as an owner of Talisman. Multiple editions of Talisman.
Yep. Pretty sure this box is definitely bigger than Talisman.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's just like it's
monstrous.
It's double box wide and at least double box tall. Double larger box tall.
Wow. That's a lot.
But it's beautiful. Everything has its own tray. It has every expansion in it separated. Like it's just really pretty.
I mean, no, that's great. You get what you pay for. That's good. I will tell you, there was this. Yeah, that I had that happening. The self-gift giving amnesia thing, which I probably talked about before. But it started this tradition where it's begun, and this was more than it is lately, obviously, because I curtailed my habits somewhat. But especially when I was doing the board games and what have you, and I still do this somewhat with RPGs a little bit. But I had a Kickstarter problem, a terrible Kickstarter problem. I still have a terrible Kickstarter problem, but it's mostly PDFs now. But that I still have this tradition that around, because a lot of Kickstarter fulfillment, they sort of gear toward Christmas. And so it's usually around around August, if I start getting packages that I don't immediately recognize, I will just put them under the tree, this little tree that I have. And I'll just open them on Christmas. Yeah. It's perfect.
Oh, this is really interesting.
Yeah. This becomes this weird little tradition that I have.
Santa knows me so well.
He does. Strangely. Almost as though I had ordered these things myself.
That's the thing. As I got older in like high school and whatnot, we were, my mom loves Christmas and overdoes it and everything every year, and we're sitting there opening up gifts, and there's a gift that she looks at it weird, and is like, oh, this one's to Dad from Santa. My dad opens it, like, oh my god, oh, this is so great, blah, 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 this thing and this thing. And my mom sits in the chair. She looks left and she looks right. She goes, I didn't get that for you. It's like, no, it's from Santa. And she's like, you bought that for yourself? No, dear, you weren't listening. It says from Santa.
Yes.
It was, you know, we're high school. My brother's in middle school, and we're dying. Like funniest thing. Every year after that, there was a gift under the tree that wasn't from any of us.
That's wonderful. Brilliant. Yeah, that is the thing. Is you kind of apologies in advance. Sort of life spoilers for anyone particularly young or with very, very high levels of belief.
Don't. You lied. No, wait. Let's preface this. You lied, and you clicked OK on a button. You are not over 18.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. This is a mature stream. Mature
sort of, for Santa.
Yeah. So Santa Claus spoilers.
Yeah.
So I remember eventually just sort of coming to the understanding that Santa Claus was more of a process than a person. And
right.
The way my mother sort of described it to me the first year she brought me into it was just sort of like, yeah, sometimes you just play both parts.
Yeah.
And that's just, I think it's gratifying to see that continues.
Yeah.
As a thing one can do. It's also, it is both gratifying and disturbing to realize that Santa Claus is that animus, that consciousness that inhabits me when I have when it's I'm up way too late and I'm delirious and I order things on Amazon. It's from Santa.
do you oh, so what you're telling me is you also have that insta regret where I go you put a bunch of things in your cart and you're like, no, I don't really need it, and then like 5 minutes later you just like click buy, and then you go, that's tomorrow me's problem. I'm going to bed.
My future self. My future self will thank me, I'm sure. Excellent. Santa is lack of self-control.
Sometimes.
That's an impulse.
Sometimes he's generous thought.
Sometimes.
It's very complicated. It's very complicated.
That's true. That's very true. I will admit I have not. I don't keep up with these things as much as I should, and I have not downloaded the latest patch. But make sure to remind me of these things. But in any case, but you know, I stopped downloading the Santa patches when I heard that there were all those things about putting elves up in places to spy on people and all that. But I'm working off of an older model, but.
Yeah. No, that will take way too long to explain.
Yeah, it is February. Also, I should probably realize as we're streaming this, so we should probably actually play a game. I will say though, I will say before the thing that I didn't mention, I have in fact started playing Ultima again.
Excellent.
I finally did it, and I streamed it the other day. And I came to realize, and this is hilarious to me, in that this is a game from 1980. And through a strange twist of fate, I still don't have enough monitors to effectively play it non-awkwardly. Because I have to put... Because like I even use the TV as a reference thing, but I have to split it in half when I play Ultima because I got to put a list of the keyboard commands over on the left. Because when you buy it from GOG, they don't give you that. You have to look it up online. Found out I'm better at I'm better at dungeoneering than I thought I was going to be, so that's good.
Yeah. So what you're telling me is, it turns out Ultima, the original Ultima is still Ultima Online.
In a sense. But it's just you.
But it's
Just you and the giant rats, and the rangers that for some reason are down in the dungeon attacking you. We don't know why. They're just there, wave after wave.
Welcome to Online, where you have a great community of people interested in the same things you are. In this game, however, you're alone.
It's fair. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and shift us over then.
Excellent.
We shall actually do some of this. We don't have a lot of time. We don't have as much time as usual today. But somehow I can't stop talking.
In order to conserve time, what I've done is all the preparation I did and notes I took on this murder mystery that we're doing, I have left in another room. So it won't be a distraction, and I can come into this with fresh eyes.
Great. That's good to know. That's good to know. Oh, right. I have notes. I have some things I needed to tell you. Actually, hang on. Before we actually dive into this, I realize there's something I have to tell you. That I'm going to just give the caveat. There is a chance I discovered something. I found something out.
Is it murder?
Well, hopefully not. But it's about Zork.
Oh.
It's about Zork 3.
Oh, it's about self-N-word. Okay.
I do not wish you to... Hopefully this will... I'm hoping you will not... This may upset you. Hopefully this won't upset you.
I hope it does. Go on.
Well, I found some things out about Zork. Just a couple of things about Zork 3. Because, you know, I listen to podcasts sometimes about these games because I can't stop myself. So just, you remember the various things we had to do, the various hoops we had to jump through finishing Zork 3.
Despite my protesting, I remember a lot of that really well currently, so... So, a couple of things that I found out from just listening to a podcast, folks. There's a podcast called Eaten by a Gru. Of course there is.
Where they went through and they played every Infocom game. And they talked about it, and then they have a spoiler fence they jump over, and they talk about the puzzles each game. And they played it in whatever order they wanted to. But with Zork 3, so I was listening to that, and then I went back and I reconfirmed these things that I found out. Actually, I sat down and I played through a little bit. So first of all, turns out you don't actually need the invisibility potion. Now you remember when we were pushing through, we thought we could get through in the box puzzle, right?
Yeah.
With the guards, the stone statue guards that were watching us.
It didn't work when we tried it.
Right.
But it does work.
Here's the thing.
God damn
There's
it.
one extra step. Just one little extra step.
Did we have to rotate the box a certain way?
Well, after you rotate the box, you lower the smaller pole back into the channel that moves forward, and then the box doesn't wobble. When you push it forward.
Okay.
And the guards don't see you.
Yeah, I'm not horribly angry at that. I'm not horribly... I mean, they could have said the box, as you move forward, the box wobbles, and you're going to tell me that they do put that in there, and I'm going to
That's true.
cry, but...
Yeah. They do mention the box wobbling when you push it forward without, and then the difference is it just slides forward when you put it in when you put the channel down. So that was one of the two things. The other thing has to do with the aqueduct.
So help me God, whom I do not believe in. If he tells me there was a way to do that part after the earthquake, I might cry. I will definitely scream.
So
I swear we tried everything.
We tried almost everything.
Son of a bitch.
No.
Because you started with the box, I was like, it's gotta be something later. I won't be angry at anything later than the box. Before the box, there's some points of anger here.
So,
No, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, okay.
All right. Tell me the thing I don't want to hear. Go ahead.
So, yeah, no, this is something, I don't know if it was intended as a workaround or not, to be perfectly honest, and it's not easy. Because there's like a certain way you have to do it to make it work. But, I did go in and I confirmed that this is actually possible. The thing is, you remember, so to get to where, we had this whole thing where it's like, you go into this area of darkness, you have to use Gru repellent spray on yourself to get through the area of darkness. You get into the room with the key, you grab the key, you open the manhole, you go down, and you have to go across the aqueduct, and if the earthquake has already happened, you can't cross the aqueduct because that piece is taken out and you're stuck, and you can't get back up the manhole, etc. And there's darkness there anyway. Apparently, well, no, not apparently. I did this just when I had to confirm it. You actually can, if you time it right, spray yourself with the Gru repellent, go through the caves real quick, grab the key, and run back out through the caves. And
we tried it.
We did, but if you enter it all as one command,
it uses less steps because it all takes it as one step.
Spray self, go south, go east, then go south, then go east, then get key, then go west, then go north, then go north. Yeah. Then it did work for me when I did that. There's also a certain random factor involved in whether the Grus, come for you in the dark, to an extent. A little bit. But, yeah, that's, so that's a thing. that you can get the key without going through the aqueduct.
Okay. Alright. I would be furious if it was at least something we had not tried.
Yes.
So I'm not. I thought, I was afraid I was going to be furious. So I'm not furious. I am just perturbed.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
In this case, I don't know if it's worse or not.
Fair. Absolutely fair. But I felt it was my duty to let you know these things.
You felt it was your duty to watch me try to avoid having an aneurysm as you told me this thing. Don't lie to yourself.
Oh no, I'm not lying to myself. I'm just lying to you.
That's okay then.
Oh, good. Oh, jeez.
Oh, I'm crying. Oh,
Excellent.
God.
So now that we got that out of the way.
Yeah. Let's see how mildly infuriating this game will become.
Yeah, let's go. Okay.
Go
So deadline, we mapped out, we did, last time we mapped out the house. We're in sort of mapping phase right now. We haven't mapped any of the outside yet. And I actually, a thing did occur to me. Something occurred to me. That I think I may have figured something out.
Okay.
Because again, like I kind of said last time, I was going to go back in afterwards and just because we were getting near the end and we were just sort of going through and just looking at the rooms, and I said I'd go back through later and write down the stuff on the map, which I have done. The room descriptions. I put the rooms down, but I put the descriptions of the stuff on the map. And so that meant I went in and I reread the descriptions that I hadn't entered in yet.
Right.
So if let me grab the map real quick for this, because this is the thing. I think I figured out part of how it was done. Maybe.
Okay.
So this is the map we have at this point. So there's two things that I just wanted to mention briefly here. One is so when we go out to the description of the bedroom balcony.
Right.
There is a thing. Actually, let me just restore this because this might be. Okay, we ended up in the guest room. I'll just show you, because that'll be easier. So west, southwest, north, north. Okay. Master bedroom, which we haven't really done anything with yet much, but bedroom balcony. This balcony is atop the orchard with the tallest of the fruit trees rising to about the level of the balcony. Which is something that I hadn't been thinking about the first time we came through.
Right.
And so if we head back out and go to the library, which has a great deal of description in it.
Right.
Something we didn't check out, but which I caught on when I went back through to type stuff in. A wide executive desk sits before tall balcony windows which lie at the north of the room.
Right. So there's yeah.
So I'd be willing to bet that someone could have gotten in if they went through the balcony of the master bedroom, climbed down a tree, run over, climb up another tree to get into to get onto the balcony, the library balcony, and enter the room. I don't know how useful that is, considering the timing and considering that Robner would have seen them.
Have you gone north?
I have not. We have not. We have not gone north. No, I haven't written them.
Okay. All right. So presumably we should be able to get onto. The library should have a balcony as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a.
Yeah,
so let me get. Yeah. So let's see. If we head north from here.
Yeah.
Balcony door is closed. We open. Balcony door is now open. Library balcony. The balcony is bare of furniture, though it has a beautiful view of the rose garden, the north lawn, and the lake. A metal railing around the balcony prevents an accidental drop to the thorny roses below. The window between the balcony and the library is open. And away to the north, Mr. McNabb can be seen examining his work. Oh, that's I think that's their groundskeeper.
Yeah.
So, let's see. No trees.
No trees near there.
No. Dang it. Okay.
But it is a way somebody could get into the master bedroom.
It is. So that would be a way if they were trying to avoid being heard on the stairs.
Yeah. Yes.
To get upstairs. So it's a possibility.
Yeah, I forgot about the stairs making noise. So, assuming the housekeeper is not our murderess.
Yes. Yeah, if we assume that, if we assume that she was right in her testimony,
right,
then that she was not lying.
If you weren't such a liar.
No. And we can see. Something else we could probably do when it comes down to it is we could probably try dusting the metal railing for prints. To see if anyone did try to... And I mean, if someone brought a ladder or something, and that would also do it over here. But yeah, that was something I wasn't even thinking about.
Dusting the metal railing in the bedroom for prints.
That
balcony for prints, yeah.
Yeah. Who is McNabb? McNabb isn't here. Can't see that here. Railing is made of sturdy metal and helps prevent nasty falls. There's a small area of paint scraped off the outside edge. Ah. Word paint isn't in your vocabulary.
Examine the scrape. Oh, wait, what is it? Examine near railing?
Search near railing. You don't find anything interesting. Interesting idea. If there was someone, so if someone painted,
well, the paint
up here,
off, like somebody put a ladder against that railing.
Yeah. So, that's another possibility then. Perhaps, it might be a good idea to go search the grounds and see if there's like a shed with a ladder in it or something like that, because that would probably
examine the ladder and see if it's got paint.
Yeah.
On it. Yeah.
If we want to do that.
Yeah, and then we'll ask the groundskeeper about it, and he'll have some explanation that was a week ago that, he put it up, and it goes nowhere. Cool, let's do it.
Yes, exactly. Mr. McNabb. I guess I'd forgotten about McNabb. Let me see if he's mentioned in the document here. I don't think he is.
They're the notorious herring flakes.
Groundskeeper. Okay. So, do we want to so it's about 11:17 a.m. if we're continuing on this timeline. We saved like right near the beginning if we want to hop back, but the will gets read at noon. Right. If we want to be there, but if we want to just search around and then restore, we can do that too. What do you think?
I think we can keep looking around until right before noon, and then
just go see what it's all about.
And listen at noon.
Okay. The good thing also about this game is we can wait until specific times, so we can, if we have to redo anything, we can. Thankfully, this game, we can, because of the time factor, we can don't actually have to sit there hitting the wait key over and over again.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'll be good. If we get a timeline downward to where we have to do things, we can literally just start over and, like, go to this room, wait until this time. Go to this room, wait until this time.
Yeah, exactly. So do we want to, what do we want to do? Do we want to just start mapping the outside, or do we need to get stuff in here? What do you think?
Yeah, well, let's see what time it is. Let's go into the master bedroom and might as well, you know, try to do prints on the rail there.
Oh, sure. All right. Okay, we're back in the library where the murder happened. Well, there's going to be a lot of stuff to examine here. I feel as though we're probably going to have some of the drugs we found in the bathroom we might want to have sent to be analyzed at some point, too.
Right.
Don't know which ones yet, but... east, east, east. And then north, through the hallway, north to the master bedroom. And decorated in the Queen Anne style. And we're on the bedroom balcony. Is atop the orchard. Tallest of fruit trees about level of the balcony. Okay. Fingerprint. Hang on. I'm going to examine the railing first. Sturdy rail protects people on the balcony from being impaled upon the exotic plants below. The railing itself is uniformly painted. So we go ahead and fingerprint it.
Yeah.
Upon looking it over and dusting the railing, you notice there are no good fingerprints to be found.
Ta-da!
Interesting, though, there's a difference in the painting.
Well, the other one had scratches.
Should we see if it's possible to climb down?
Yeah.
Why do I keep picking up these? Okay. Can't see any fruit tree here. The jump is inadvisable.
It does
maybe
say,
they didn't climb the tree. Sorry, go ahead.
Maybe they're not. Yeah, maybe the trees aren't close enough. You can see the tallest of the fruit trees rising above the level of the balcony, but it could be, you know, 40 yards off.
That's fair.
And still at eye level and above eye level.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
All right.
So what do you think next?
All right. Where are we at? 27.
Yep.
I don't know. Do you want to just go into the room and wait until noon?
We could do that.
And then as soon as it's over, despite the clues that we have, we can just go outside.
Yeah, we could do that. I mean, the only other thing I can think to do is examine objects, but
right.
There's going to be a lot of that when we go to the in the library. There'll be a lot of that. I know. Okay. Because we must know. We must know. Okay. See, master bedroom. I'm trying to go through a wall here. Master bedroom. Open doorway lens leads east to a large mirror with a gilt frame. I do want to look at the mirror because there's nothing special. Okay. South.
I don't know. Always do that search near a mirror.
Oh, yeah. You don't find anything interesting.
Right.
Versus. All right. South hallway. It also occurs to me at some point if we want to, if we go back to, not right now, but if we go back to Miss Dunbar's bathroom, if her comb is there, we could probably fingerprint that if we need her fingerprints for whatever reason. Because she was combing her hair earlier. Anyway. Top of stairs. We're gonna head down stairs. You notice that the stairs do indeed make quite a noise when stepped upon. Bottom of stairs. Foot of the stairs. Open archways lead west and south. We're heading to the living room, I think. Is that where we're supposed to assemble? The living room?
I thought it was upstairs.
Was it? Where are we supposed to assemble for the
that's a
the
good
reading
question.
of the will?
I thought it was upstairs, but maybe.
Oh no!
I felt like it was in the master bedroom or in the library. We were gonna read it, but
I don't know why
I'm not saying my memory is good.
I don't remember exactly.
Yeah.
So like, I'm just trying to see if I can figure out where's that letter where the lawyer asks for you to come and look. It's not here. Where is it? Where is it? Maybe it's here. I will look. Industrialist and philanthropist and human hair. Yes. I will be at the house at noon tomorrow for the reading of the current will. You know, we could just wait for him to show up and then follow him.
Oh yeah.
Just wait in the foyer. Wait for Warren Coates in the foyer. See what happens. We could give that a shot. Yeah. Let's see if we can do that. Okay. So I think that's in the lexicon also. So, bottom of stairs. I think we just head west and south. North of foyer. Foyer, okay. Wait for Coates.
Yep, sure.
You can hear footsteps on the staircase. Do you keep waiting? Now we hear footsteps on the staircase.
No, I'm whatever.
No?
Yeah, I mean, do we want to see who it is?
Yeah, sure. George is to the east, heading toward downstairs. It's George. The North George enters the hallway from the east. Yeah, he came down the stairs, I guess. From wherever he was.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's right. You can hear them coming down the stairs.
This is true. Let's wait. 7 minutes.
Wait for Coates works.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was in the new commands. You can wait for someone to show up.
Yeah.
George off to the north ducks into a room to the... Do you want to keep what? Yes. Mr. Coates is walking past you. No! I think he heads west. Living room.
Alright. You were right.
Ha ha! This is the large and impressive room whose furnishings bespeak the great personal wealth of the Robners. The south side of the room is a large bay window, now open, which looks out onto the front yard. A woodpile sits beside a huge fieldstone fireplace. A double doorway leading to the main hall is the only exit. Pictures of Mrs. Robner's colonial ancestors line one wall. The room contains formal seating for at least 15 people in several groups of chairs and couches, tables and cabinets, all of the finest mahogany and walnut. Complete the furnishings. On one of the tables is a telephone. Mr. Coates is here. George is here, pacing around the room. Mrs. Robner is sitting here knitting. Mr. Baxter is quietly sitting quietly here. Mr. Coates appears distracted, looking frequently toward the door. We got about 4 minutes before the stroke of noon.
Yep.
Do we want to do anything, or do we want to just wait?
Coates is the lawyer. Who's Baxter?
Mr. Baxter is the business partner. That's there's an interview with him. He was not present, but they had I think they had an argument that day. Let me see. Actually, I can pull it up on the thingy here. Let me find him. There. Yeah. Here we go. Mr. Roder's business partner for about 25 years. There have been problems lately with the business. Marshall and I were working on a plan to solve those problems and get the company back on its feet again. Before we would be forced to take drastic action. I hope that I can hold things together now that Marshall is dead. He was the founder of the business and controlled many things by himself. You ever talked to you about personal problems or how I felt? No, we were business partners, not intimate friends. I don't think he really had any close friends. I know he'd gotten himself very upset about the business, but that's the extent of it. Last time we saw him yesterday afternoon at our office in town. Where were you after work? Last night, my concert night was my concert night at the Hartford Symphony. I go there quite regularly. After the concert at about 10 o'clock, I went home. I received a call from Ms. Dunbar this morning telling me of the tragedy, and I arrived here just a few minutes ago. So this was yesterday, I think. You were alone at the concert. He speculates about George, thinking he wouldn't really ever follow through on anything, that there were shouting matches, and said that George and Marshall were always at odds. And he gets away with murder. But Marshall would lecture him and threaten to cut him off without assent, and then the yelling would start. Eventually Marshall would give in. When was the last time you heard this? Actually, I heard it again just last week. Strange now that I think of it. They went at it just last week. Hear that Marshall told George that he had decided to disinherit him. He even mentioned it to me at the office the next day. It seemed pretty serious. He seemed pretty serious. I suppose that the financial troubles at the company may have been responsible for his attitude. And so he's not at the house very often, only on occasion, but he's heard it once or twice, the shouting matches, and been told about it other times. So that's Mr. Baxter.
Okay.
And so, like, obviously, if we decide at some point we want to, in some iteration of this, if we decide we want to question him, he's here for the reading of the will. Do we want to talk to anyone, or do we just want to hang out for a few minutes and see what happens?
I think hanging out for a few minutes is fine. So it's... Robner is dead, right? It's Robner.
Yeah, Marshall Robner.
Wife. Yeah, Mrs. Robner's the wife, George is the son.
Mm-hmm.
And the lawyer. Okay. Alright, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Hey, wait, 3 minutes. Mr. Coates asks everyone to be patient as not everyone is present. Do you want to keep waiting? Yes. Now 11:57. Mr. Coates appears distracted, looking frequently through the door. Keep waiting. No, we're almost there. It is now 11:59 a.m. Examine Coates. He's a rather homely man of advancing years. It's noon. Examine Baxter. Baxter is an immaculately dressed middle-aged man with rugged good looks. Who isn't here? Mrs. Robner is here, Mr. Baxter is here, George is here. Oh, and the business partner is here. Who? It's just Miss Dunbar. They're just waiting for Miss Dunbar, and I guess they.
I think so. Give me one moment.
Mm-hmm. Curious. I think we can probably just basically just keep waiting until they do something. Probably be the easiest thing. But, let me see. Is there anything else I wanted to go over here briefly about this thing with the reading of the will? It seemed to me that they were talking about the reading of the will elsewhere in some document or other, and I'm trying to remember, and I can't. But who knows? Who knows? It's also a little bit weird because some of the notes that I've found are that I've been looking at sort of separately are from the folio edition, whereas the ones down here are from the gray box, and so they changed the format of it a little bit when we got into it. How we doing?
Good, fine.
Is all well?
Yes. Is fine.
Okay. So I figure we can wait a few more minutes to see if see if anything happens.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh God. But they don't have the abbreviation for wait. I'm starting to wonder if I wonder if one of the reasons why the other person we're waiting for isn't coming, it might be because they are dead. But it's now 12:04. You can hear footsteps on the staircase. It's now 12:07. Miss Dunbar steps into the room. Keep waiting. No. Miss Dunbar, wearing a fashionable pantsuit, is a rather attractive woman in her early 30s. Okay. Ah, Mr. Coates said, everybody's here now. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Mr. Coates begins.
12:11.
12:11. Yes, that's right. That's right. Let me write that down. 12:11
Yeah, 12,
p.m.
12:10, and then, yeah.
Yeah. That's true. Will reading starts. Okay. Mr. Coates begins. This is an awkward situation. Mr. Robner told me 5 days ago that he wanted to execute a new will and promised to call me when it was completed. As I never heard from him, I must assume that he either changed his mind or did not complete the new will. Therefore, the one in my possession must be considered the most recent testament. From the corner of your eye, you catch George nodding his head as if in approval and smiling broadly. Continuing, Mr. Coates says, naturally, should a more recent will exist and be found within a reasonable period, the present one will be voided. I will proceed with reading the will here in my hands, which was executed 3 years ago last month. He reads the will, simply written and direct, leaving equal parts of the estate to his son, George Arthur Robner, and his wife, Mrs. Leslie Phillips Robner. This is the first time I've gotten their full names. I'm going to write that down. There is some discussion, understated congratulations, and overstated sympathy, which Mr. Coates cuts short by clearing his throat. I must leave now, I'm afraid. If you have any questions, I can be contacted tomorrow. He picks up the phone, dials his office, and asks to be picked up at the Robner estate. Mr. Coates heads off to the east. There it is.
Okay.
Does this tell us anything?
It tells us that we need to find the updated will.
Yes. Yeah, I think that, yeah. Yeah. We do. Because there's probably is one somewhere. Okay. Is there anything else we want to do here, or that we need to look into here before we start our romp around the estate?
I mean, I don't think so. We could wait like 5 or 10 minutes, just to see if they talk amongst themselves.
Sure. Time passes. It's now 12:16. No one has left the room.
And nobody has said call. Okay.
I know it might be a case of, wait a minute, there's a, let me look at the commands. Because I'm wondering if there's a listen. There is not. Not in this list.
I mean, we could ask each of them about the will.
We could. You want to do that?
Sure. I think we have time to do this.
Yeah, sure. Who do we want to start with?
I mean, we can go down the list. We can start with Mr. Bar. Yeah.
Okay. Hang on. I just want to double check before I hit enter here. Equal parts to his son George and his wife. Okay, so split in half. All right.
Yeah.
Which will do you mean? The new will or the present will? A little bit of a giveaway. Present will. I really don't know too much about Marshall's personal business.
Ask her about the new will.
I didn't know anything about it. I suppose Marshall could have written a new will, but I probably would have seen signs of it around the library.
Okay.
And next, I guess, is George.
Yep.
I know what you know. You were there when I was. Coat says there's no new will. Mrs. Robner. That's what I expected, really. If there is a new will, I certainly don't know where it is. Ask Baxter about present will. I really don't know anything about the old will. The old will he's referring to it as. It's fortunate for George that Marshall died when he did. It must be quite a relief to know that he'll have plenty of money. He chuckles softly. I guess that explains his reaction at the reading. All right.
Really, nothing.
The only other thing I can think to ask. We could ask George what's wrong because he's pacing around the room. It might just be more of George being George, but...
Ask George about pacing?
Well, no, there's a command, what's wrong?
What's wrong?
Yeah. So it would work like this. George, what's wrong? They lie. I'm going to show you this on this list here. It says what's wrong is a command.
Maybe.
They
Just
lie.
do what's wrong.
Yeah.
With George.
Okay. Said to Mr. Bank. Ah, okay. I had to take out the I had to take out the apostrophe. I haven't a clue. All right. Well, this has been very enlightening. Anything else you want to do in here, or shall we check out the estate?
Syntax is the thing. Alright, yeah, let's check out the estate.
Yeah.
Did I tell you the story about changing a written test from an F to a B?
No, I don't think you have.
I was in dating myself. Programming class for Pascal.
Oh boy.
Kids, it's a dead language. Nobody uses it. Nobody used it when I learned it. So, forget you heard the name of that. we were a rowdy class of geeks who were way more informed about programming than our teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And fucked around a lot in class, building our own games and doing shit.
Uh-huh.
She was really annoyed with the entire class and gave us a test. And I sat there, I did the test as best as I could. And she was like very disappointed, got very irritated when everyone was like, what are you talking about? How did like 90% of the class fail this test? Like that's ridiculous. Like that's ridiculous. And you're wrong. Like we didn't get these right. And she got very snippy and was like, we're gonna go over every question. Blah 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 blah. And she starts going over questions. And at every question, everyone raised their hand, including me, who was like, she was like, the answer and no, and the answer is this because of this. And we're like, nope, the answer's not that, because your syntax is wrong. He's like, no, that's the closest answer. It's programming, can't be the closest answer. Also, if that's the answer, type it in the computer and show me that line that runs. But we had to do it for every single question. And every time we proved her wrong, she corrected it. Every time she wasn't satisfied with our proof that she was wrong, it was left as wrong. So we had to sit through an entire class arguing our grades up.
Oof.
Syntax is important.
Yeah. Good God. Madness. Madness.
Yeah.
Oh, holy hell.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry you had to deal with that.
Oh my God. I like it gives me anxiety now.
Ah, jeez. Well, the things. So all things being equal, do we want to start looking around the? Estate? Is that kind of where we are here?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can head out of here, go out the front door, and.
Excellent. And go in some direction or other.
Yeah.
Do you want to? Do we need to take a break soon? I need to ask about that.
I mean, we take a real short break. The water I drank tells me that might be a good idea.
Okay, let's do that then. We'll go ahead and we'll take a quick break, and then we'll look around the grounds and figure out, map that out. We'll be back shortly. We have returned! We're going to now start looking at the estate. See what all is here. So from the living room we can head east and then south until we get to the front door. North of foyer. The west is open door. I'll continue north. South, we're in the foyer. Beautifully appointed with a fine crystal chandelier, marble floors, large marble top table. Head south. Front path. The door was open. You're at the Robner's front door, which is open. You can walk around the house from here to the east or west. To the south, a rolling lawn leads to the entrance of the estate. Leaning against the front door is today's issue of the Daily Herald. So the newspaper arrives at some point. And this is front path rather than front door. I need to correct that in my map.
How dare you? The quality of the stream has gone straight downhill.
I know. All my fault. Newspaper.
I apologize for driving. Take the wheel. Nothing can help us now. Take the wheel.
Yeah, that's when you do that. Yeah. So let's see. So there's a newspaper here now. It probably arrives sometime in the morning. Do we need to look at it or anything, or?
Sure, we can read it. It's there.
Yeah. All right. Examine newspaper. The Daily Herald is a local paper in 2 sections. In your cursory look at the first, you find a brief obituary for Mr. Robner. It details his career, including the formation of Robner Corps. A few years ago, Mr. Robner and the Robner Corps were given a prestigious award for works in the community. At that time, Robner said, "I am proud to accept this award for the corporation. Robner Corp is my whole life, and I will continue to guide it for the public interest as long as I live." Irony? No. Robner himself had won great public acclaim for his charitable works. There we are.
Wait, do I read the newspaper?
Yeah, I guess. Interrogate the newspaper.
Yeah.
Taken. It's the same, only you now have it in your possession.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Daily Herald mystery book.
Hey.
All right.
Can't think of anything else to do with that.
Yeah, me neither. So here we are. We're on the we're at the front. At the front. On the front path. Let me go ahead and.
Although we can ask some people about his charity work at some point.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good idea. I will make a note. About Robner's charity work, if we can make that work. Robner Corps. I mean, his business partner would be one to ask about that, if nothing else. Business partner and the secretary. So, let's see. I think that I need to move these so that we have a little sort of better area here with free of the house. Okay. So we're on the front path. So we can go east or west or south. Which way are we headed?
I mean, east around.
East around? Yeah, clockwise. Okay, gotcha. Alrighty. East of front door. You are in the front of the Robner house, just east of the front door. A small window, closed and securely locked, is the only thing of note here. To the northeast is the east side of the house. The ornately carved cornerstone of the house is nearby. All right. So that we are east of front door, and it references a window and the cornerstone. The irony there, there's a certain irony there, not much of one, but if they make a big deal of more of one, if they make a big deal of this carved cornerstone, just because there's a little bit of a meta thing, but part of the reason Infocom died is because they tried to put out productivity software called Cornerstone, and it tanked. And that was they put too much into it, and it went nowhere. Let's see. It is. We're east of the front door, and northeast is the east side of the house. Okay, so there's northeast from here. So I guess we can take a look at the window in the cornerstone. That's what occurs to me at this point. Yeah. Examine the window. Look through window. The window is dirty and impossible to see through clearly. If I had to guess, I would say that could be Mrs. Rourke's room because that's like right there. But examine cornerstone. Deadline, an interlogic mystery. God damn it, it's another. Okay. This is the same function as the leaflet in Zork 1. By Infocom Inc., Mark Blank, Chief Architect. Copyright 1982 by Infocom Inc. 1982, right. All rights reserved. Deadline and interlogic are trademarks of Infocom Inc. Yep. Okay. Anything else we want to keep moving?
Yeah. Let's keep going.
So northeast is
northeast.
That's where we keep going. East side of house. There are no windows or entries of any kind here at the east side of the house. To the north is the orchard, and the front lawn lies to the south. A lawn also slopes down toward the shore of a lake to the east. Okay. Let me get that in here. If I can.
No, why should you be able to do that?
I know, right? So let's see. We're adding this room in a vain effort to keep everything on the same map. East side of house, and the directions we can go. So the front lawn is to the south, which I assume leads back to east of front door.
It may lead back to the one that's below east of front door.
It might. We'll confirm. To the north is the orchard. Front lawn lies to the south. And also slopes down toward the shore of a lake to the east. So implied directions are north, south, and east.
Yeah. We can go south to confirm first.
Okay. South is east of front door.
Okay. All right.
So it does, in fact, wrap around there. All right. That's a northeast to north-south thing. All right. So, what do we think?
I mean, east. Let's go to the shore.
Okay. Righto. East lawn. You are on a neatly manicured lawn east of the house, which extends north and east to the shore of a lake. To the northwest is a peaceful orchard, and toward the south, another wide lawn. Southeast, beside the lake, is a small shed with a solitary dirty window. Mr. McNabb is off to the northwest. Cool, cool. More mapping. Let's see. So we have the east lawn. Lots of directions from here. So, north and east. And presumably, it says east of the house. Presumably, this links up here. And, well, it says north and east. I don't know if that means northeast, but, I mean, to the northwest is the orchard. I'm sorry?
Yeah, I think you're right, the way you have it.
Okay. Toward the south, another wide lawn. Southeast beside the lake is a shed. Alrighty. East lawn time.
Okay.
What do you think?
South, yeah.
South?
Keep going. So yeah, keep making rights.
Okay. Right here. South lawn. You are on a wide lawn just north of the entrance to the Robner estate. Directly north at the end of a pebbled path is the Robner house, flanked to the northeast and northwest by a vast expanse of well-kept lawn. Beyond the house can be seen the lakefront. So that, I think, then connects up... Hang on. With this down here. Probably.
Maybe, yeah.
So that would be these two, basically. Joining. There's no way to actually do that, is there? No. But that's probably what it is.
I mean, we can check and go back. Yeah.
Easily. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can just confirm stuff as we go along.
Northeast. Yeah, back to the east lawn. Yep.
Okay.
Excellent. Excellent. So, there we go.
Perfect.
Alrighty. We're here from?
Yeah, so southeast.
Southeast. Alright. See now. Shed. This small garden shed is filled with implements of gardening and lawn care. Shelves filled with various tools line the walls, and a filthy window looks out on the lawn. They don't really call much out here. Like tools and window.
Okay.
Let me see here. Implements. Shelves. Shelves? The shelves contain various garden tools. Nothing special about the tools. Nothing special about the window.
And is there no ladder?
You're the... I said, look for ladder. You're the detective.
No, you're the ladder.
Yeah.
Okay.
No ladder here, I guess.
Yep.
Anything else we want to do in here?
Yeah. Go back and we'll go east.
Okay. So we head northwest back to the east lawn. And east, you can't go into the lake. Darn it.
So, you're right, I'm sorry. Let me put heavy rocks in my pocket first and then head east.
That's what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Examine lake. Surely you don't suspect the fish also.
Oh, it's
Yes.
Shortcut.
Jump in the lake. You're not on vacation, but with ideas like that, you will probably be given a rather long one. Excellent. So it turns out we can't go east of the lake. It's just sort of there.
Okay. Alright. What was north? North.
Yeah, north's the next way out of here. Okay. North. You can't go into the lake. Okay, we can't go north.
I meant northwest.
Northwest, yes, that's right. Orchard path. You're on a path at the edge of a small orchard of fruit trees, which abuts the eastern side of the back of the house. The orchard is obviously intended more to display the beauty of the blossoms in spring than to produce significant amounts of fruit. The windows of the kitchen look out onto the orchard, although your view of them is blocked by the trees and a small grape arbor. To the west is a path along a rose garden, and lawns sweep out to the north and east. There is a wooden ladder here! Mr. McNabb is here, pruning the trees. He seems quite worked up and is talking aloud to himself.
Alright. Here we go. Examine the ladder.
Yep. Let me go ahead and write down that this is the orchard path before I forget. Because I'm gonna forget.
Did it say we can go southeast or southwest and
yeah,
southeast?
let me check out the directions here, because we're now like gonna be behind the house. Ah. No. Come on. There we go. We're like back here somewhere. This is the orchard path. So I'm trying desperately to add things to the map. Ladder! Orchard, ladder. Okay. Let's see. So, when does it get to the west is a path along Rose Garden. The lawn sweeps out to the north and east. So, like, we have directions of west, north, and east. And I don't know how that connects up with these exactly, or if these both, or if there's an implied south or whatever, or southeast.
We can check that out first. So we can let's assume southwest takes us to the whatchamacallit,
Southeast. Yeah.
And southeast should take us back to where we were just now.
Southeast. East lawn, yes. Yep. That takes us there. Then in theory we head west to the east side of house and we go north. Then we get on the orchard path. Which I guess that's a north-south thing. Either that or it's...
Yeah, you have to go south to confirm, but
yeah,
it should be.
In the orchard. No, it's not.
Okay. Go southwest.
So it is only southeast. So this is one way, basically. What that tells me. Because then if you go southeast, you go back here.
Go southwest though, from the
southwest
orchard path. Yeah.
In the orchard.
Okay. All right.
Hang on. Should I note this? I should probably note this. So it's both south and southwest of the orchard path. No, it's not one way. In the orchard. And in the orchard we have... You're amidst lovely trees bearing apples, pears, peaches, and other fruits. A grape arbor and several berry bushes may also be seen. The kitchen window and east side of the house are just to your south, and a path skirts the orchard to your north. There's no way into the house from here. Okay. So yeah, obviously, yeah, this is kind of meant to be kind of a north-south thing. Although you can also get there by going southwest. The kitchen window and east side of the house are just to your south. Which means somehow we can do that.
Okay.
That might be northwest if we did that. And there are trees, fruits, grapes.
Grapes.
I'm just gonna copy and paste. Lovely trees bearing out a grape arbor. Thorough bushes may be seen. Kitchen window. I'm just going to copy. Just going to copy those bits.
Okay.
This is when I start getting lazy about everything. Okay. So that I know what things are where. I suspect if I go south and then I head north. McNabb's heading to the south. The east side of the house, and then I go northwest. I can't go that way. Okay, so it has to be to the path. Alright, interesting. So this is also one way. Alright.
Okay.
Good to know. So we are back to the orchard path. Do we want to do stuff with the ladder?
Yeah, it's one clue that we have. Let's, we can try to exhaust that.
Yeah. Let's exhaust the ladder. Examine ladder. The ladder is a typical gardening ladder about 15 feet long and caked with dirt and dried mud.
So look near ladder.
Search near ladder. We don't find anything interesting. Can we fingerprint the ladder?
Yeah, sure.
On looking over and dusting the ladder, you notice there are no good fingerprints to be found.
It's a useless skill.
We can analyze the ladder if we think there's something in the soil, I guess. But
I mean, we think there's paint. We think there's paint on it. But is there a more examine? Examine
mud.
paint?
Yeah, it doesn't know the word paint is the only problem. But we have, as part of our things that we have here. Let me see. See, show something to search. Someone for something. Or I guess we could search the ladder.
Yeah. Okay.
If we haven't done that yet. We searched near it. Examine fingerprint. Analyze something for something specific, or just analyze something.
Analyze ladder for
paint.
Well,
I don't know.
Scratches?
Yeah, maybe. Or it doesn't have to be for necessarily as well. It could just be analyze ladder. But before we do that, we'll go ahead and do search ladder. Analyze ladder. Sergeant Duffy arrives and shakes his head sadly. I'm sorry, sir, but the ladder analysis department closes at noon. He leaves. Wonder what he says if we try to do it before noon.
Are you on lunch? Will he be back?
I mean, I think it's a joke. I don't think you can analyze the ladder, but
Oh, the ladder analysis department.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe. Okay. Well, fuck us and our good ideas. Moving on, I guess.
Well, I mean, the thing is, we know there is a ladder, so
Yeah,
that helps.
that's true. Yeah.
We haven't checked the other railing for the library railing for fingerprints yet.
Right.
So there's a possibility of that. But yeah, there's a lot of that. We also haven't tried climbing any of the trees, but I mean, it depends on if we want to do that or not.
Okay.
Might not be necessary given that there's a ladder, but still. You can interrogate the trees. But at this point we're on the orchard path. Do we want to keep moving, or do we want to look at anything else in here?
Yeah, we can keep moving, I think.
Okay.
We know it's there.
Fair. So we have, let's see. So we're wrapping around behind the house here. But we've got west, north, and east.
Right. So back to east.
Okay. East lawn. You're on an entirely manicured lawn east of the house, which extends north and east of the shore of a lake. So it just brings us back there. George is here. I guess just kind of hanging out.
All right. So I guess go back and go north.
Okay. We're at the place where the suspicious ladder is, and we're gonna go north. I guess we could climb the ladder up to the thing if we want to just prove that it can be done, but... North Lawn. This idyllic spot lies on a jut of land well north of the house and is surrounded by on three sides by a lake shore. Its charm includes the sweet smell of roses blown on a southwest breeze from the rose garden and by the sound of the leaves rustling in the orchard to the southeast. George is off to the southeast. So, it's like behind the house. The north lawn, which is just basically surrounded by water. I don't know if it's...
Yeah,
we went...
We can check. So south and southwest. Or southeast, I mean.
South, southeast, southwest. Okay. So southeast, I mean, puts us back at the orchard path. That makes sense. Right. Northwest and south puts us on garden path, which I presume orchard path, garden path. Yes. So garden path.
Will be right below us.
Yeah. You're at the edge of a large rose garden meticulously maintained by the gardener, Mr. McNabb. He is said to be exceedingly proud of this particular garden, which is the envy of the neighbors. Rows of roses are neatly arranged, and the sweet fragrance of the flowers is worth a trip here in itself. An orchard to the east contains many varieties of fruit trees, and wide lawns lie to the west and south. The roses themselves are to the south, filling the area between you and the back of the house. Okay, so...
Hence the falling and impaling.
Yes. So this is garden path, which we confirmed these directions. And... the ability to go west or south from here. And the north lawn, I assume you could probably also do that. Go southwest from there, probably. Do we want to do anything here?
I didn't see anything in particular.
Yeah. Should we confirm the rose garden?
Yeah.
Righto, south. Among the roses. You are among rows of roses. The ground is soft, and your footsteps leave a rather bad impression as many poor seedlings are trampled underfoot. Excellent! A safer place to admire the flowers lies to the north. A window to the south allows a view into the house. There is no way into the house from here. Okay, among the roses. Let me, If it's in my head, it's kind of like there. We're sort of in the middle.
Right.
And, you know, I mean, it can be it's whatever it needs to be. But, among the roses, and all we say is there's a window. There's a window into the house. Look through window. You can see the dining room pretty clearly through the window. So we have that. Let me... Hang on. Okay. Dining room. In case people are spying on people. So, wait, where is the dining room? Do I care? No.
Down. It's all the way
Like
over.
way over there.
Left.
Doesn't matter. Anyway, way down there. That's for people who are good at making maps. We don't need to worry about that. I don't think we can go east or west from here, but we can give it a try.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Oh wait, we can.
Oh yeah.
It puts you in the orchard. Interesting. Okay.
If you go west, does it take you back?
Among the roses.
Alright.
Cool. Might be a way to go west from here as well to wherever is...
Can we go east then?
East or west?
West, I mean? Yeah, west.
Yeah, we can give it a shot.
West
West lawn.
are hard.
Yeah. He's true. This is a sprawling lawn west of the Robner house. To the west and north is the lake shore. To the northeast is a rose garden. And to the south is another wide lawn. George is off to the east. Somehow. Okay, so let me see. West lawn, the counterpart to the east lawn, one presumes, so it's going to be way over here. He says, quickly showing the map once again. That's going to be like way out here. That is the west lawn. And apparently there are ways to go. The west and north is a lake shore, which we probably cannot approach, I'm assuming, if it's like the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Northeast is the rose garden. South is another wide lawn, or just to the east. So presumably we can go east and northeast and south from here, I would imagine. And it says here, northeast is a rose garden. So we got here by going west. Which, through the house.
Yeah, maybe we should move it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Yeah, move it over so it's above the dining room.
Well, the dining room's like there, but yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
so, yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Accuracy.
It's important. Yeah, there we go.
Now we can move it down some, so it's...
Here we go.
There we go.
Okay. We are this evening out. Is this in the exact same spot? So what do we think? This I'm gonna assume was a one-way, but we'll see. you want to try going northeast to confirm or anything?
Yeah, we can confirm.
I'm going to presume we can't go into the lake.
And...
So northeast is the garden path. So that was correct. I'm going to assume that west of the garden path puts us back out on the lawn, so yes, okay. So the northeast is the west of that. Okay. Good.
And the north is probably back to the whatever that little top part is.
The north lawn?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, hang on. We can give that another look. We didn't go all the way. You can't go into the lake. No, wait, we're on the west lawn. Northeast garden path, north lawn. The idyllic spot. The jet of land.
Southwest.
Southwest, which we haven't tried yet, is the garden path. South is also the garden path. So they're both the garden path.
Okay. So it's a one-way back to the garden path.
Yeah. Which doesn't really mean too much, but there it is. Okay. So now all we have left is this connection down here, and there's probably another room over here, room or two over here.
Yeah.
We can check out on the west side, so I guess we'll head that way. We're at the west lawn. We can go east and south, I believe.
Okay.
So, what are we doing, east first, or?
Yeah, sure.
Righto. Okay, west side of house. There are no doors or windows at ground level here on the west side of the house. A beautiful rose garden separated by a tall fence lies to the north, and the front of the house is to your south. A large lawn bordering the lake lies to the west. So...
There's a tall fence.
Yeah, I didn't notice the fence before. Can't do anything with that.
I think we have to go north in order to get back.
Curse them. Let me go ahead and write this down.
So west side of house.
Yeah. West of house. With a boarded front door. No, wait. Yeah, west side of house. Rose garden lies north. Front of the house is to the south. And the lawn is to the west. Okay, so north, south, and west. Should be simple. Aha. So, I guess to reconfirm, going north, a fence prevents you mucking up the rose garden. So there's a fence between here and the rose garden.
Yeah.
But if we go here, we can get into the rose garden through the garden path.
Okay.
So that makes sense. Climb fence. You can't do anything with that. Curses. All right. So that's that one.
Yep.
We keep moving?
Yeah.
Okay. South, or do we want to check this one out first?
We can do south.
Alrighty. West of front door. You're in front of the Ravner house. Just west of the front door to the north is a large bay window through which can be seen part of the living room. To the northwest is the west side of the house. George is off to the east. That window should be open because we opened it ourselves.
Yep.
West of front door, I don't think we have established yet, so we'll do that. Put it just under the living room. West of front door. Bay window. Living room. Room. Okay, so that's when you head south. That connects up to the northwest from here. And I'm gonna presume we have that happening. And possibly this, but we haven't Well, no, we don't know what that connects with yet exactly. I have a feeling we will soon, but it probably connects over here. Yeah, it probably is these two. But if we're mirroring, so there we are there. I guess, do we want to finish just making those connections?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. South is to the south lawn. Here's McNabb again. So I think you can probably... I am guessing that it's a couple of one-ways. There's probably one there too, I would think, I would imagine, from the...
Right.
Yeah. And so, on the south lawn, if we head northwest, we're at the west lawn. And I presume that south from here goes back to where we were. Yes? Yes. West lawn, south to south lawn. And that's everything. That's the entire map.
That's all we know.
That's everything we know in the entirety of history and life. One thing I do want to check. Look at bay window. Enter bay window. You hit your head against the bay window as you attempt this feat.
Okay.
You see the living room through the window. All right, never mind. Anyway.
Okay.
So that's everything mapped.
You can't crawl through it.
No.
All right.
No. So you cannot enter that way.
I mean, all right. It's everything mapped that my accidental cheater brain doesn't know.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. There is one place on the map I don't know how to get to, or not on the map that I don't know how to get to, but will assumedly be on the map at some point.
I see. There's a thing on the Invisiclues map that I have not seen yet.
Right. Right.
Good.
Yeah, it has a layout of the house that implies things.
Interesting. Okay. There could be secret passages. We don't know.
Yeah.
All right. So now we've got this mapped. What do you think we should do next? Should we just should we go in and examine stuff, or
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot outside.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We can ask the ground. I think we're like right next to him. We can ask the groundskeeper about the scratches on the railing.
Yeah. Mr. McNabb is on the south lawn. Ask McNabb about scratches. Ask McNabb about railing. You can't see any railing here. We probably have to have him with us.
Ask McNabb about library railing.
Library. Can't see anyone. Ask McNabb about ladder. What about it? Use it for cleaning the gutters and pruning the trees. Well, use it for cleaning the gutters and pruning the trees. Examine McNabb. Oh! What about it? I use it for cleaning the gutters and pruning the trees. He's an elderly Scottish man with deeply lined face. He's wearing overalls. No one interviewed him. Which is an interesting thought. Which I know we'll get more into depth about actually sitting down and interviewing these people probably in the future. But he doesn't seem to know anything about the railing without us taking him to it. Which I guess we could do. We could have him follow us.
Oh, right.
Or send him there. What's wrong? He tells you his story. He was tending to the roses this morning when he noticed 2 deep holes in the garden with a few roses crushed nearby. He doesn't know when he'll be able to repair the damage.
So the ladder was there.
Yes. I already told you, there's holes in my garden. Huh.
What is it? Ask McNabb about holes and ladder.
Can't use multiple indirect objects with ask. I mean, I feel as though we should... So part of me, I will say, feels like going and examining the ground in the rose garden, finding the holes, and then grabbing the ladder and seeing if it fits. But I don't know if it's going to be that complicated.
I mean, we can go see if we can pick up the ladder.
Yeah. You want to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay, East Lawn, Orchard Path.
Get the ladder.
Get ladder.
Get it.
Get it. We have a ladder.
All right. To the rose garden.
We're now among the roses. Examine the ground. There rows upon rows of roses here. It would take you the best part of a day to search the ground in great detail. Look for holes. The rose garden is vast and full of thorny roses. You might look for the rest of the day before you find them.
Oh, I guess we could have asked McNabb to show us the holes.
Yeah. McNabb, follow me. I would rather not. McNabb, go to garden. Go to garden.
Among the roses.
Go to among the roses. The word among isn't in your vocabulary. McNabb, go to rose garden. I need to put a...
McNabb, show me the holes.
You can do that. McNabb, show me the holes. Follow me, he says. He starts walking toward the roses. There we go. Front path. Here at the Rounders front house, which is open. You can walk around the house to the east. Blah, blah, blah. It's off to the east. Follow McNabb. It's off to the northeast. We're at the cornerstone that sank the company. The east side of house. We're continuing to follow McNabb. East lawn. Heads off to the northwest. We found the syntax. Orchard path. He's heading off to the north.
Like we said earlier, it is important.
Yeah, that is true. North lawn. Heads off to the south. Jesus Christ. Follow McNabb. We're on the garden path. He's heading to the south. Among the roses. McNabb grabs your arm and leads you to a spot deep within the garden and near the house. You might never have found this place alone. He points at the ground where you see 2 holes in the soft earth. McNabb heads off to the north.
Place ladder in holes.
Examine the holes, yes. There are 2 holes here, each about 2 inches by 4 inches. They're at least 3 inches deep, and the soil is compacted around them. Put ladder in... place ladder in holes. The ladder fits perfectly in the holes. You slowly release the ladder, and it rests on the railing of the balcony above.
Climb the ladder!
Library balcony. The balcony is bare of furniture, though it has a beautiful view of the rose garden.
Dust the rail!
Yes!
We got there!
Little railing around the balcony prevents an accidental drop to the thorny roses below. Window between the balcony library is open, top of ladders. I'm glad we left this window open.
Me too.
Fingerprint railing. Fuck! A Upon looking over and dusting the railing, you notice there are no good fingerprints to be found. Examine railing. Railing is made of a sturdy metal to help prevent nearby falls. A small area of paint scraped off the outside edge.
So what it is? It's search near.
It must be where the ladder is resting, right? The top of the ladder. Examine top of ladder. Oh, God.
Examine near ladder.
Search near ladder.
Why
Can't do
why
that
can't
from
I
here? God damn it. I think
search near top of ladder?
Yeah, we might not need. I mean, the fact that that it fit in the holes is probably enough.
Right. All right.
Okay, but yeah, no. This I count this as a victory.
All right. So things to take note of is we have to have Nick McNabb show us where the holes are.
Yes.
But what's wrong? Show us where the holes are. Because we have to ask him what's wrong. Because that perturbed him.
Yes. Ask McNabb what's wrong. Ask McNabb to show us the holes. Put the ladder in the holes. As that then confirms that someone was able to make it up to this balcony. I'm not sure what that means, but it's interesting.
Okay.
So,
all right. I guess we can go in the library and we can start looking for clues in the library now.
Yeah, while we're here.
Yeah.
We're in the library. I'm actually going to go ahead and, for no apparent reason, I'm going to save the game again for a moment, just because I don't think it's a big deal, but we've started finding clues, and just in case someone wants to knock us off.
Right.
Or if we need to jump back in time or whatever a little bit. So we are in the library. Once again, this is the library where Mr. Robner's body was found. It is decorated in a simple but comfortable style. Mr. Robner obviously spent a great deal of time here. A wide executive desk sits before tall balcony windows which lie to the north of the room. A telephone is sitting on the desk. The east side of the room is composed of 3 large bookshelf units containing numerous volumes on many topics. The floor is carpeted from wall to wall. The massive oak door which blocked the entrance has been forcibly knocked off its hinges and is lying by the doorway. The window to the balcony has been opened. A pencil is lying on the floor near the desk. Beside the desk is a large collapsible tray. Sitting on the tray is a bowl containing a white powdery substance. Alongside the desk is a wicker waste paper basket. The waste paper basket contains a bunch of crumpled papers. Lying on the floor overturned is a beautiful saucer. Turned onto its side, lying on the floor, is a beautiful teacup. Lying atop the desk is a pad of white notepaper. A desk calendar is here, open to July 7. There's a bottle of a bouillon here.
Okay. So my first thought is grabbing the pencil and doing a relief on the paper.
Me too.
The stack of paper, because nothing's more classic murder mystery than that.
That was new back in 1982.
Was it?
Not really.
Not really.
Okay. We can examine the what's the phrase? Pad of white notepaper. There doesn't seem to be anything written on the pad.
Yeah, seam.
Rub pencil over pad.
Sure.
Shading the paper with the pencil reveals impressions left by writing on the previous sheet. The writer must have borne down heavily, but only a few words come out clearly. Baxter, time, insist, op merge mindly of fork ocumen ipus plica a focuses rickens late. Risha. This is the well puzzle all over again. The puzzle that's not really a puzzle.
So it's to Baxter from
Marshall.
Mrs.
Oh no, it's from Marshall. The victim.
Wasn't her middle name Trisha?
Wait a minute.
Okay. Well,
didn't
you? You wrote down her name. I thought her middle name was
Mrs. Leslie Phillips Robner.
Okay. All right. So Marshall. All right.
Yeah, Marshall Robner. So Baxter. This could be, what is it? Last or first time. Insist. Op. Merge. Emergency? Or merger? Mnity. Indemnity? No, that's not spelled that way.
Immediately? No.
M-N-I-D-Y. Let's see. OTH. Other. Force. Document. My possession. Document in my possession. Maybe. Implicates?
Yeah.
Implicates my... That gap is big enough for the word son. Focus. Something. Reconsider. Late? Maybe
reconsider before it's too late.
Yeah. We've picked up the pad. Reveals impressions left by writing on the previous sheet. And it's the same thing. So, I guess they were going to do something. We might be able to, if Baxter's around, we could show that to him.
Right.
See if he knows what that message is. Or when he's around, we can do that, basically. Is there anything else we want to do with the pad?
Are the letters there and just blacked out?
Well, no, it's, those are the only letters that he was pressing down hard enough for us to see what they are, I think. So, I mean, yeah, with the pencil, yes, I would assume.
No, not in the game.
Yes.
If you highlight them, I don't know if I'm seeing something.
Yeah. What are we looking at?
So, in the letter itself.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I think my eyes are playing tricks on me with the focusing on the letters and then seeing shadows of letters. So for in document, assumingly in my possession, I feel like I see the M in front of it, but it's black on black.
Good Lord. No, I think that's, I do not see that.
Okay.
But...
Yeah, I just playing tricks on me.
It's easy to imagine that's there.
Yeah.
It could be... Or maybe the Matrix is changing how it's responding to you.
Yeah, I mean, it could be some weird, burn-in on my monitor that, is giving that illusion, or, But I'm definitely seeing it. It's really weird. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, I can't see what you're talking about, but
cool.
I'm going to do something really weird now. I will tell you what. Just in case, because I'm not going to say that there's nothing to this. I'm going to try something. God, I don't know if this is going to work out at all. This may be worse. I'm going to take a picture of this and send it to you. So you can let me know if this looks any different to you.
Okay.
Because this is going to be really weird. I'm going to send it to you in the Discord. Real quick. Just in case. Because I'm not seeing it, but let me get it in there. All right. Okay, I have sent it. Don't know if that helps at all.
Yeah, my eyes is I don't know. I wish I could focus on or see. Yeah, no, it's some sort of optical illusion. Like I'm seeing shadows of text in between in the black.
Yeah, that's probably okay. Okay, that's probably most likely what it is. I'd be amazed if this program was sophisticated enough to do that.
That is definitely what it is. I don't know why it's happening like that though.
It's amazing.
But, okay.
It's amazing, absolutely. Okay. So we have that. So that's a clue. What else do we want to look at? We've got a collapsible tray, white powdery substance in a bowl.
Oh yeah. What is he doing? Coke? What's in the bowl?
Yeah, that's a good question. Examine powder. There's nothing special about the powder. Nothing special about the bowl. What is the powder? Are you talking to yourself again? Yes. Did you say something? Yes. Do we analyze the powder?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay, Duffy. Sergeant Duffy walks up as quietly as a mouse. He takes the sugar bowl from you. I'll return soon with the results, he says, and leaves as silently as he entered. It's sugar, apparently.
Was there any other sign of, like, coffee or tea here? What?
There was, yes.
Oh, there's
so at 11,
beautiful teacup. Okay.
Yeah, teacup, and at 11 o'clock, according to the testimony,
right.
At 11 o'clock, it was, I think, Miss Dunbar brought him some tea. So let me go ahead and pull that up here.
So, all right. So somebody climbed up the ladder, poured the killing,
11 p.m.
crumpled up version of the pills into the sugar, and he added it to his tea, and that's what killed him.
Yeah, I think that could be it.
Yeah.
Brought him some tea at 11 p.m. because they analyzed the teacup, I think. I think. And they didn't find anything, but let me see the do I have the report here? Analysis of blood. Let's see. Liver damage. No, that's not on here. This is the autopsy. Did they? No, that's just notes. Lab report. Teacup. Yeah, here we go. The teacup was analyzed. The cup contained tea only. No trace of ebullient or other substances was found. Fingerprints on the cup belonged to the deceased and Miss Dunbar. And she brought him the tea at 11 o'clock.
Oh, we could have fingerprinted the sugar bowl.
Yeah, probably would have been a good idea. But, I mean, he'll bring it back.
Okay. Alright.
But that's a good thing. And, I mean, an analyze might include fingerprints, possibly. But we'll find out. Whenever he comes back. So we have... So we're checking out the sugar bowl. What else we have here? We have the tray. We have crumpled papers in the wastebasket. The saucer in the cup, and the desk calendar in the ebullient.
Okay. So I guess you want to start with crumpled papers.
Yeah. Examine papers. There are 3 wads of paper. One is a shopping list, another is a list of current stock prices. Last is the start of a letter to the board of directors of the Robner Corp. Unfortunately, it does not contain enough information to allow even a guess about the intent of the letter.
Alright, so let's start at the top. Let's read the shopping list.
Okay.
If there's anything.
Word shopping is read papers. We took them.
Read the
I don't
list.
think it's giving it to us. Yeah.
Examine the...
Can't see any letters. I don't think it's going to give it to us as a separate thing. Unfortunately.
Bunch of crumpled papers.
Handwriting? You can't see any handwriting here.
What? Read shopping list.
It doesn't know shopping. It doesn't know list. I don't think we're supposed to isolate these things.
Okay.
But again, that letter is a thing that we could possibly show Baxter or something if who might know what it is.
Or the stock prices.
Yeah.
And we can show his wife the shopping list. See if there's
Yeah.
anything weird on that.
Yeah. I'll make a note about
Okay.
that. Show crumpled papers to
wife and Baxter.
wife and Baxter. Yeah. So I'll make a note for that for when we are at that point. So let's see, what else have we got? We got the desk calendar, we've got the tray, the saucer and cup, and the ebullient.
Alright, so going down the list, I guess look at the calendar.
Okay. It's open to July 7th. The only listing here is an appointment with Baxter at 2 p.m. at the Robner Corp office. Which we went over that earlier. He talked about he talked about it in his testimony.
Right. That's when he complained about George.
Yeah.
Okay.
And about financial issues with the company.
And that was the day before his death.
Yep.
So open the calendar to July 8th.
It is open to July 8th. There is only one notation here in the 9 a.m. spot. Call Coates. Will completed. Well, that's something.
Yep.
There's a will. There's a new will.
Confirmed.
Excellent.
And
Mhm.
so can we turn in again?
Yeah, sure.
But,
Do not open to July 9th. Nothing of interest is scheduled on this date. Yeah, so it's nothing for the next day. Probably those are probably the biggies. You just keep turning the calendar, and it becomes like, setting the year on the time machine.
That's fair. All right.
Let's see. I would think we maybe should just go for the Abelian next.
Yeah.
If I can spell it. Okay. Hard drugs. Head drugs, number 44543. Mr. Marshall Robner. Ebullient tablets, 25 milligrams. Directions: take 1 or 2 twice daily for depression. Warning: keep out of the reach of children. May be harmful or fatal in sufficient dosage. Okay. We can open them, look inside.
Fingerprint the bottle.
Yeah. Okay. Do we want to fingerprint it first or open and look inside first?
Sure. I don't know. Fingerprint it. Whatever.
Okay. Fingerprint.
Let's get the disappointment out of the way.
Upon looking over and dusting the Abelian, you notice there are no good fingerprints to be found.
Yeah.
Nice. We open it. I guess that's next,
yeah.
Or open Abelian. Opening the bottle of Abelian reveals a couple of Abelian tablets. Count tablets. There are 3 of them. Examine tablets. These are little white pills. Yep.
There was nothing on the desk that would have pulverized the tablets.
No. The only other place we saw... Yeah, I mean, if he had more... Abelian tablets, 25 milligrams. It doesn't say how many there were.
Right.
But...
Or when he got the prescription.
Let me look at the... Does the thing say... No. But there are 3 tablets in the picture.
Okay.
So, it might be those. They just put them back, I guess. The only other place the only other place in the house we've seen that there are drugs is in the medicine cabinet in Miss Dunbar's bathroom, and right. in the Robner's bathroom. I don't know what kind of drug. We didn't examine those though specifically.
Well, we got the color of them, yeah, because the aspirin were white. There was another pill in there that had the poison as an ingredient.
Where? Maybe.
I think.
There was a thing about the dosage, and that there was a... I remember with the medicine... I know we focused some on the medicine cabinet, and that there was a thing there that if you take it... it causes drowsiness if you take it with other drugs.
Right.
There was a thing there. But yeah, I think anything that basically can be ground into... You could grind anything into the sugar, I think. So that could be doable. You just have to figure out which one it was, if any.
All right. So does this desk have any drawers on it?
I'm sorry, what?
Does this desk have any drawers?
Ah, good question. Open desk. It is already open. Look in desk. There's nothing of interest in the desk. Sergeant Duffy appears before you, holding the sugar bowl carefully in his hands. His quiet efficiency and youthful vigor impresses you quite a bit. The bowl, he begins, has the fingerprints of Mr. Robner and Miss Dunbar. The bowl contains common table sugar only. With that, he leaves, handing you the sugar bowl as he whisks away.
All right. Well, so, you know what? It found fingerprints.
I mean, yeah, there were fingerprints.
I wish we dusted for them.
I know, but I mean,
we could have seen that, what that looked like.
Finally. But I know we're going to need to
do it anyway. Let's see if it tells us we get fingerprints.
Fingerprint
Sugar
bowl. You look at the sugar bowl closely. It appears to have good fingerprints on it, and so you call for Sergeant Duffy. Sergeant Duffy walks up as quietly as a mouse. He takes the sugar bowl from you. I'll return soon with the results, he says, and leaves as silently as he entered.
Damn it. Whatever. That's fine.
Yeah, it works. It's a thing you can do.
Right.
So all we have left here, I know we're probably going to need to head out shortly.
Yeah.
All we have left
you want to
in
call
this.
it?
Well, do you want to do anything with the tray and cup and saucer? You want to just? I figure we can at least take a look at those, and then I think that'll be about it, probably.
I mean, we can. I don't.
Unless we want to search the books.
Yeah, I feel like the bookshelf might be more telling than anything else.
Let me just put this in real quick. Examine tray, examine cup. The cup is painted with a scene from Greek mythology and has a brown discoloration at the bottom, which I presume was tea. That's like the china that's from the set of china downstairs.
It's probably from that same set.
Saucer is hand painted with a mythological scene, a couple of small areas of brown discoloration. We have that. And those were both analyzed already, and those have already been fingerprinted. Yeah. And then we just have, I think, the books, right?
Yeah.
There's a carpet. Let's see. Examine bookshelf. The shelves contain many books and manuscripts covering a wide range of subjects. They are meticulously arranged. Search bookshelf. Same thing.
Search near the bookshelf.
Search near the bookshelf. Nothing interesting. Hey, we didn't do search near desk. Nothing interesting. Desk. Nothing unusual.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think that's about it. Is there anything else you can think of that we might want to do in here?
No, I don't think so.
There's a telephone.
What did the note say again?
The pad?
Yeah, the pad.
So Baxter's time. Just Opmerg, Middenly.
Can we fingerprint the pad?
Yeah. Upon looking and dusting over, you notice there are no good fingerprints to be found.
All right, and then
is there anything we want to try with the? Yeah. The crumpled papers?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
All right, yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay. I think we're on to we're getting closer. I'm gonna go ahead and say,
mystery is afoot.
Yes. A big foot trying to stamp down on it. All right. Okay.
On roses in the garden.
Yes. To trample us like roses in the garden. Excellent. Excellent. All right. Very cool. Well, so I think we are I think we are making progress, though. I think there's something. We figured out the ladder, which I think was like really exciting for me.
Great.
Yeah. Sadly, it was exciting for me, but no, I am enjoying this. I think that there's, I think the funny thing is that playing this game rewards you for the sort of paranoid mindset that that Zork 1 through 3 puts you in.
Yeah.
So there is that. So very cool. Do you have any final thoughts for this today?
No, I'm good. I think we will continue in a few weeks.
Yes. So you're getting hitched, and so we're definitely in 2 weeks. We're not doing this. Possibly in 4 weeks, depending.
Right.
If that's right. If I still have that right.
Yep.
We're gonna want to remember to ask people about the charity work and show the crumpled paper to a couple of people. I think.
But you have notes.
I have notes. I think there's probably more to do with the various drugs we found, just to
I'm
figure
sure
that out. Yeah. But we can tackle that as soon as we can, and then of course there's always just talking to people and finding out what they know.
How dare you?
I know. I mean, look how far we got with the gardener just by asking him to show us the holes in his garden.
Yeah, you gotta preface that better.
Just showing us the holes in the garden. But it's just I need to know what to ask your gardener. That's the important thing. Okay, cool. So let's see. Yeah, so probably in about maybe 4 weeks we'll come back here and do that, and I'll be doing other weird stuff in between. Did you have anything else you wanted to let us know, or plug or what have you?
Yeah. No.
You're good. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm good.
Best of luck to you with all of the exciting adventure you have before you in life.
Thank you.
And I hope it goes well, man. I hope it really goes well. In the meantime, what am I doing? So it is late February. I'm meeting with some folks tonight, and we're perhaps finally nailing down some things. I'll have more to announce very soon with respect to tabletop RPG stuff. In the meantime, other things that are happening. Hopefully this Sunday, but we'll see. Again, hopefully schedule things won't hit us again, but they might. You never know. But as soon as we can on Sundays, we're going to be starting up our actual campaign of Alas for the Angry Void, which is Alas for the Awful Sea in space. We've set up a bunch of stuff for that, did some world building, and I think it's going to be very interesting. We're going to see what happens. Let's see. I have in about a week and a half, on Tuesday the 5th, I'm going to be over on Lost Caravan running or facilitating a one-shot of The Deep Forest, which I've run on here a few times. Which I've hosted on here a few times. A very fun sort of drawing game. Same mechanics as The Quiet Year, but you're playing monsters in the forest. So I think that's going to be very cool. Let's see. Other things aside from that, just hanging out here playing video games randomly. I've started in on Ultima, as I said at the beginning, so we're going to be doing some more of that probably. And I'll probably be going back at some point to Age of Empires and maybe Among Trees. We shall see. But that's about all I got. So, I think that's about it. Thank you all very much for watching. Take care. We will see you all of a sudden. Farewell.
Bye.